we will get straight into it. Here he is. It's MJF. We see Johnny Gargano versus Drew Parker. Drew Parker defeated Johnny Gargano with a flying foot stomp. We then see MJF versus AJ Styles. MJF wins the International Heavyweight title. Then we see Connor versus Tony Storm. Connor defeated Tony Storm after Mercedes Money attacked her. And Mercedes Money says that she is back and she is better than ever. Then we see Ace Austin and Marshall Von Erich versus Kenny Omega and Jay White. Okay, following the new season, we're going to change the TNA Thunder logo. How's that? TNA Thunder on Spike. Because that's what we're on, is Spike. Because this still hasn't started yet, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to Thunder. Okay, Drew Parker versus Brian Pillman Jr. gets a 47. Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Drew Parker due to Drew Parker leaving the company. AJ Styles holds an angle saying that he's the greatest legend that TNA has and nobody can beat him. That's right, he's the phenomenal legend. But familiar music hits as CM Punk returns. And him and AJ Styles holds a 70, in which CM Punk defeated AJ Styles with an Intercon device. And then MJF defeated Ace Austin by submission with Assault on the Earth for an 80. And this is the first time that we've seen Ace Austin lose in a while, I think. At least 2 months. Toni Storm welcomes the show to TNA Thunder. She says that TNA Thunder on Spike is the greatest wrestling show out there, and that people stupid if they don't tune into TNA Thunder. And then AJ Styles and Jay White appear on the screen next, and Jay White and AJ Styles looks to be looking at the greatest TNA matches of all time, in which AJ Styles' name keeps appearing. Britt Baker defeated Candice LeRae for a 51, not bad. Britt Baker makes defense number 1, the New Japan Strong Women's title. CM Punk holds an angle, saying he's the best in the world, and he can prove it. But David Benoit's debut, David Benoit defeated Raymond Rowe by pinfall. This is kind of a touchy subject for some people. I myself, I respect the Benoit family, and I think if what Chris did, if that never happened, then David would be a phenomenal wrestler. Due to what Chris did, he's not even considered a wrestler. I don't even think that he's considered a wrestling manager, even though he's trained for wrestling and said countless times that he's looking for promotion. And I seen that I brought him out of leaving the wrestling world here in this database, and he made it 12, which is bad. It's okay for a rookie. But Kenny Omega versus the Goliath Black Taurus. Kenny Omega defeated the Goliath Black Taurus with the one-winged angel. Ace Austin versus CM Punk. Ace Austin defeated CM Punk with a House of Cards for an 80. Not bad. Gets an 80. Okay, Austin Theory versus Christian Cage. Austin Theory makes defense number 1 the TNA Grand Title, and it's a very good way to start the show off. We then see MJF and Randy Orton come close to close, and Randy Orton shakes MJF's hand and says that that he's a brilliant wrestler. David Benoit versus The Blade. David Benoit defeated The Blade in 8 minutes and 1 second by submission for a 26. Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Christopher Daniels with the Tornado DDT. We then see Marshall Von Erich hold an angle for an 84. Sami Zayn holds an angle for a 97. Okay, and his angle gets a 97. CM Punk and AJ Styles has a 100. And here it is. CM Punk defeated Claudio Castagnoli with the Go to Sleep for a 66. We then see the Ace Club versus Kenny Omega, Jay White, and MJF. It's kind of TNA versus AEW Originals for an 80. And then Ace Austin and Batista hold a segment rating of a 91. We then see AJ Styles and Bryan Danielson hold a 70. It's not a bad match. Okay, Eric Young versus Kenny King starts hard to kill off. Eric Young defeated Kenny King to make defense number 1 of the TNA Digital Media title. We then see Sami Zayn versus Marshall Von Erich. Marshall Von Erich defeated Sami Zayn with an Iron Claw for a 70. Then the New Day versus the World's Most Wanted. The New Day defeated the World's Most Wanted when Kofi Kingston pinned Anthony Bennett with a Midnight Air for 2 people is off their game. Marshall Von Erich and Jay White hold an angle for an 85. And then CM Punk defeated Jay White with an Anaconda Vice for a 65. Then AJ Styles comes out and says that he's the phenomenal veteran. David Benoit versus Tehuti Miles. David Benoit defeated Tehuti Miles. And then Mercedes Money versus Connor Mercedes Money wins the TNA Knockouts World title for a 47. And then Malachi Black defeated Jeff Jarrett. Malachi Black defeated Jeff Jarrett with a black mask for a 39. We then see Seth Rollins making his over-the-top entrance. And for a 78, Seth Rollins wins the TNA World title. The injury that Seth Rollins worked through took a big toll. Then we see Austin 3 versus Dominic Mysterio versus Austin Aries. Austin 3 makes defense number 2 of the TNA Grand title. And the main event is Ace Austin versus Randy Orton for an 87. That is one of the greatest matches I've seen now.